So Tulin is the first ban, and Florentino, a pretty typical one as well. That's the first ban for Nova Esports. And we are seeing this interesting approach of Darcy getting through as other bans were made instead of him last week, which we didn't expect. We opened the show last week thinking, well, we're not going to see Darcy. It was his first play day, first time he was eligible, and he's been banned out here. You're not going to see Hayate today, the brand new Ninja.
Right.
He is not eligible for play today. Darcy's gone.
I'm
happy.
Curious even that it took them that long. Existence prioritized getting rid of the Tulin. That's very certainly something Poseidon's very good at.
Yes.
But you don't normally see target bans against Poseidon because, to be blunt, it's not worth it. His character pool is so deep he can play anything.
Yeah, and we know his Liliana is one of the best Lilianas in EU as well. Sephora will be the pick here. I do like what exists. Wait, what?
Wait.
Bamboo has a really good Raz.
Yeah, I don't know if they should prioritize Raz this early. Because
you want Sephora in, don't you?
Yeah, Sephora is just such an obvious pick because after Sephora, it's Tulin, Liliana normally. And you take Sephora and you deny Nova, Sephora, Liliana, or any type of mid-mages that they may try to prioritize.
We didn't see Nova take Sephora any time last week, but we did last time these teams met. Grizzly Q came out as Sephora.
Grizzly Q plays a mean Sephora support. Poseidon plays a meaner one mid, so it makes a lot of sense to take it away. Nova Esports now can answer back with any variety of mages Poseidon plays. They do have to be a little bit careful because that Tulin ban that came out, it's possible this is Raz Liliana, and then he's being forced to stretch more to the extent of his mages. Should he get all the way to the second ban phase without getting a lock-in? But they're pretty safe.
Yeah, and what Nova normally prioritize on the red side is Varus. Last time they picked Varus Tulin right off the bat. With Tulin being banned, Varus looks like a good pick. Along with potentially Richter, they can secure dominant side laners. And wow, they're not going to prioritize the Varus here. We saw how great Breaker was on Varus, and they're going to hand it over to Existence.
So we get Teamy and Richter as Nova's priority picks.
Perhaps sending that Richter up over to Breaker on the top side rather than the Varus, that would certainly continue our or Nova Esports' emphasis on locking in his picks early. He's typically played very good on characters from that archetype, the roaming split pusher, be it Omen, be it Richter, be it Varus.
And I feel like Varus has performed better on Breaker, actually. Versus his Richter is actually phenomenally good as well, but I feel like he really shined on this Varus last week. So the fact that prioritizing Richter maybe means that Breaker and the Richter hero maybe fits the playstyle and the composition Nova wants to run here.
You'll have to run it into a Varus and a Lindis from the looks of things.
Yep, that's it.
That Lindis in particular I really like. I've been advocating for almost the entire season that Lindis is the best ranged marksman still available in the jungle. She is the only one that Scorching Wind works flawlessly for, and that means that she scales better off of jungle than almost any other character.
So while we find out Nova's final pick of this first stage, and then we're going for bans again, what do you feel, Sujay, about Sephora and Teamy lining up?
Yeah, I love this because, again, we talked about the early game, Existence. When they draft an early game competition, they can beat Nova, and they did that when they faced in Week 3. So Sephora is a strong mid-mage, but also strong support, which gives a lot of early game power. And Varus and Lindis as well there. Existence is looking very good for the early game.
This is curious that they've gotten rid of this, or that they've locked in this Talon, because it does further my theory this Richter was going to Breaker up top. And it means that this Talon will presumably be played by Coco, which isn't something that he's done in the past, because he was a Slayer lane player. From the top lane, you don't see a lot of ranged characters. I'm sure he's played Talon, but it's out of his normal competitive pool.
Yeah, I do like them hovering over Annette here, because banning Annette means you deny the Annette-Sephora mid duel, because they're so strong, and Annette is so oppressive early game because she's a ranged support, and she has a lot of good CC that can basically harass and out-pressure that mid lane. So Annette being banned here, Nova understands the composition that Existence is trying to target towards.
It's also a very good character for Chikitin, so it's a little bit of a target ban there because the previous good performance by Existence came off the back of Chikitin and Clemers running Crest and Annette. So they've already removed part of that, and I actually wouldn't be amazed if Nova Esports went out of their way to get rid of a Crest here, because even with Roids off the team, Clemaris plays a mean Crest as well.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they're going to either look at Crush TJ or Superman, because we know Clemaris plays a very good Superman. But that might not be the case because Varus is probably going to be the most likely hero Clemaris will play in that Darkslayer lane. And then the bot lane will probably be potentially a Ryoma, which offers a powerful early game, I feel. But they can go to him, but I think Superman or Ryoma would make the most sense. And Liliana should be banned here, I feel, because once Liliana is banned, they can put Bamboo on the Raz. Toro's not going to be banned.
Yes.
So if Existence gets Ryoma or Raz, they're going to have such a solid composition against Nova in the early game.
Not saying anyone should try it. I'm just saying I've found great success with Fenrir's Tooth Toro. You build full damage, and then you carry Sui.
I was in that game. Yes, you did. You did so much damage.
It's Nakroth who completes it after Aram was banned for Nova.
Yeah.
Nakroth rolls that one out.
Arm ban is smart because it basically Arm is the anti-counter or the counter to assassins. So they're targeting Murad, Nakroth. Quillen is now open for Nova, so they can potentially run a Quillen composition here with Arm being banned.
Existence, by banning out that double assassin, that indicates they're extra worried about protecting their backline. And to me, it opens up the possibility that they flex this Lindis into side and actually put an assassin in their jungle, because they've limited the number of counters to it.
Yeah, they could actually take Quillen, run Lindis in the Dragon lane, and then potentially take a strong, they can flex Raz, for example, into the mid and a Sephora as a flex support there, or turn it around.
Are you surprised by this quickness pick for Nova?
It's been a while since we've seen. Oh yeah!
What? Oh my gosh!
Sorry, I've got to step right past you.
Really?
It's been a while since we've seen Cricknack on Vex.
It's been longer. He's so recent, though.
It's been longer than we've seen Toro in competitive play.
This is the charge up the tier list for Toro being reborn in front of you.
You know
what? Or
not. You know what? I've been playing a lot of Toro recently.
I know you have.
And he's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's awesome about Toro, and TJ explained to me in our game, is every time he uses an ability, his tough hide passive makes him immune to control effects. And TJ, that's how you're doing a lot of work there.
Now, don't get me wrong, Toro's like garbage. And you should never play Toro when you could play literally any other support, to my knowledge, because he's so slow to get his attacks off. His ultimate, literally, it takes him like 3 impacts of the ultimate to actually have a knock-up. So if you're, like, smart, you could just leave.
But if you land all of it together, it's actually a ton of damage. So Toro actually could work.
I was doing a ton of damage with Toro because I built full damage. He doesn't do that if you don't build Rank Breaker.
I gotta admit, I didn't come into this game with a prep for Toro.
That's all right. That was a smart choice.
I think so, wasn't it?
The person that made the not smart choice was Existence.
Yeah, Nova are going, okay.
I do like Flash, though, on Poseidon, just because he picked it, because Flash actually works really well into ADCs like Lindis and can do a good job poking Sephora as well. So I think that Poseidon is going to be a key playmaker on the Nova in this game for Nova.
The Clemaris could have had Superman. Let's just take stock of that, because we've seen him on it. Clemaris played Superman last week, played Superman last time these teams met.
Yeah.
Wasn't banned, but Toro's just there going...
Maybe Toro's a new Superman.
You saw it here first.
I don't think Toro's awful.
You just said he's garbage.
Well, all right. There's garbage, and then there's awful, and
you
there's
have
like
a garbage tier list? Is that what you're doing?
I do, thank you very much.
How many G's does he get on your tier list?
Garbage. It's like a kill streak. Anyway, the most important thing about Toro is that he's really slow in his attacks, which means you can basically just leave and he doesn't do any damage. But he's very, very tanky. He's the beefiest boy, and he's immune to CC. And that means that he's going to do very well at ignoring stuns. He's going to do very well at zoning back. And his knockup's not bad on his initial rush into fights. The charge that knocks people up is very, very effective at initiation if you can find the right angles. So while I'm not saying I believe, there are opportunities for it to work.
Well, let's find out. Our first game of our final day for now, tie Baker Saturday. That was a strain. is live now between x6tence and Nova with a Toro on the field.
I don't know what sound bulls make. Do they moo? I don't think bulls moo. I know they like
No, they don't.
huff and like, I don't know. Clearly don't know enough about bulls. Toro probably,
But this bull stomps.
yeah.
So,
He's alone in Dragon Lane.
yeah, I'm just curious to see what the build will be on a Dragon Lane Toro here. And
My God.
Against a Tail Honest, that's actually a little risky because he's melee.
Is he running my full damage Toro
Could
build?
be.
Oh, please. Okay, so as a recap, that little explosion around him you just saw, I believe it's called Battle Cry.
Battle Cry, correct?
Does a lot of damage, but as you may have already seen, it is literally the longest attack in the video game, so people can just leave it. But if you stand in it for too long, it gives him shield, it gives him CC immunity the entire time he's casting it, and it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, don't forget Bull Rush there. You see him combo it, but not gonna be enough.
Already down. That's the problem with Toro. He takes too long to do anything, making it really difficult to defend your carries.
Although I was impressed with that Bull Rush hitting 2 targets, but like you said, TJ, the timing and the delay there is Toro's biggest weakness.
He has to think about stuff. He's a
think
big
so.
ball man.
Yeah.
Bamboo. Oh my God, Breaker, that was dirty.
So that's why they played that Ricker and Flash combo there. The Bissell Dragon is going to be taken by Nova. So it looks like their early game looking pretty good. And we talked about x6tence. They needed to win the early game to get ahead here.
Blue Triton still in trouble. He's assassinated as well. There will be the Flash ult. Cyclone coming through. Chicken and caught in it. Clemers is just dipped. He's gone. He watches it all happen from behind the tower.
I love that 4-man rotation there. Cricknack on Vex jumping in there, and then Poseidon supporting with Flash. And they're invaded the jungle after they took the dragon. This is textbook 101, how to win the early game. Because once you have the dragon, everybody's level 4.
Clemers. Hey, he got out. I thought for sure he was going to go down, but no. The Lindis will arrive. That's Blue Triton trying to get the tower clear. And he will keep his tower alive, but you can see the problems the Toro is having in a ranged versus melee matchup in the Dragon line.
Yeah, what we do know about Toro is, as a bull, he does have a tough hide, which reduces his damage by 20%. So he is an effective tank, but this is not going to be a tanky Toro, TJ.
Well, he hasn't committed yet. So far, he's just got boots. So normally, if this was going a little bit more damage focused, you'd see something like Frost Cape or Mantle of Ra built right now. But he hasn't committed to that. Yeah. So this may actually be a relatively tanky Toro in the sideline.
You can see Nova's 3-man rotation, very fast here. They're 3k gold ahead. They've taken the Spirit Sentinel. They're going to be setting up for another Dragon rotation. They're dominating complete river control. You can see there on the Dragon side of the map, they have complete river control, and Vex is on a very nicely timed rotation cycle. You can see they're ready to gank and ready to get the Dragon or its potential tower here.
The Toro backing off in the bot lane after a little bit of poke comes through. Fun fact, Toro has a 100% win rate in competitive play. It was played once at the AIC. Won that game. I believe that was one of the Vietnamese teams. I'm blanking on which one. Beat OMG, the Chinese side, with it. Triton, my God, Vex, that should be too far, but he doesn't care. Bamboo's there as well. He'll need to back off. Chicken dove into the fight and doesn't have the damage to finish Vex off. Clemers now here. Bull Rush doesn't matter. The tower dive from Vex finds a trade.
Wow, Vex is so bloodthirsty. You saw him use a drone drop to run all the way and fly, actually, all the way to secure the kill on the Blue Triton and to get a second kill. And now because of the Dragon vision and map control that Breaker has given them, they're able to rotate and take this Dragon as well.
That was a very smart call from Vex. There was no way he lived the 1v1 with the Toro. So he just full commits to get a trade kill rather than just be a death, making it 2 for 1 on his death and securing that Abyssal, as you said, over to Nova.
Yeah, I love Vex. He knew the drone drop, the duration it gives him. I mean, he has increased movement speed for 6 seconds. He literally was in the air for 3 seconds, knew where Blue Triton was, landed it, and just destroyed Blue Triton. If he continues to play that way as an assassin Cricknack, then Blue Triton is in big trouble.
Coco and Poseidon again wielding this poke down towards the bottom lane. That's a really effective duo, actually. Flash coming in off the Talon Arse.
Yeah, and I love what you said there. The bottom lane, they're putting so much pressure. They're protecting Coco. They're constantly on that side. And look at this gank happening right now.
Vex diving in, will find a lot of pressure on the bot line. Clemers will manage to stay alive.
Wow.
A flicker right after the Tides of Life. Chicken saves him. He can't save this tower though, and Vex will even pick up the kill with an assist from Poseidon.
Yeah, you can see how tanky that bull is, but Vex is on a roll right now.
Tower trade does come through atop. Blue Triton and Bamboo both get a little bit back. Bamboo holding the bot tower, even getting a kill onto Coco. Top tower being picked up by Blue Triton's Lindis with the aid of Jauki.
Yeah, Blue Triton has got to get back in the game because look how far ahead Vex is. We talked about Vex not making an impact, not contributing, but this game, he is the one leading the charge. He is on the front line of his team. He's the one making the biggest impact and not waiting for Breaker to come in to save the day. Vex has kind of returned there. The Vex tax is back.
I see a mantle of Ra being built on that Toro.
Well, it will help with the wave clear, right, TJ, I think. But it also gives him some defense. Not a lot of health, though. But he has that damage reduction from his passive. And look at Poseidon here.
Ooh, Chickerton has to run from him, but does do so. Vex down bottom, does get chased. The full ult from Clemers goes wide of everything, but it was worth the effort. Scares the entirety of Nova back a bit. They have to reconsider, particularly as Vex full commits. Blue Triton's picked up easily, though.
Yeah, Blue Triton did a good job securing the kill on Vex, but Grizzly there was just in time being in a bro, and then they're able to follow and kill Blue Triton.
Oh, Jauki, that was quite well done. The Venom in for the lifesteal. He'll win this fight, and Breaker knows it, so he turns tail and runs, but Bamboo with the flicker, he can't get it.
How did you escape that, Breaker?
Now the commit, Grizzly Q wants to chase down bottom as well. Maris has to ult to safety. Quite a low cooldown on Toro's cool abilities, but you still don't want to be blowing ult like that.
Yeah, I love that three-man rotation. It secured a tier 2 tower, but then again, Breaker understands the limits of Richter here, knowing when to disengage. He knew he lost the fight, which then again I question why they picked Richter over Varus. You can see why Varus is such a high priority. She's so good duel. But then that escape from Bamboo. One auto attack away from death, TJ. That was pretty amazing to see.
He did get out. Diving quickly behind the wave. Now they turn to Jauki up top. He has the Venom leap, but it does not save him. Rest of Nova pick up another kill.
Yeah, that's when you know Varus is in trouble if she's using her ultimate there, Venom, to escape instead of trying to fight. Chicken.
Poor man. And Poseidon actually on the flank as well. Just will Cyclone underneath the tower. That is gross.
Yeah.
Existence just needs to run.
The way that Poseidon went in there with his Cyclone, he knew that he is such a good counter to an ADC. This four-man rotation from Nova as well, just collapsing and putting so much pressure. Kill after kill after kill. You have 2 deaths. Now your tower is down. And boom, the Dark Slayer is open like that.
Nova will rotate round to the Dark Slayer. Grab a mid tower, grab a top tower. Grab a Dark Slayer in a moment. That's a very good mid-game for them.
Yeah, TJ, their early game, their mid game, their objective rotations and objective focus so far has been on point. And that's why they're snowballing this sword. They're already 10,000 plus gold ahead. They're taking just another tower here. And look at that, 10 kills ahead as well, TJ.
But you know what I am enjoying? That Toro didn't care about the Cyclone. He'll ult in, just clearing wave. Oh, but Poseidon wants to chase. He'll chase him all the way back behind the tower, meaning Nova continue to push right up against the wave. There's the Drake in top.
Yeah, and I like this. They're going to pressure and get another tower here.
Jauki scared back, as you say. Full wave arrives with the Drake right up against the tower. Chicken will go in with the Tides of Life, but they don't have the wave clear. A full team commits in, and the tower's gone, as is its lone defender. Chicken will be joined by Jauki, and Existence just have to fall back. They've lost 2 high grounds now, and Nova keep pushing. Bamboo, Clemers, and Blue Triton need to hold for 17 long seconds. Clemers' ult does find quite a lot of clear, slaying the Drake, but he can't get out of here alive with Breaker pushing in the wave and securing the kill. Bamboo's down as well, and the core is under focus. With just a little bit more wave pressure, Nova Esports can take the game. That's going to take a moment.
Yeah, it is going to take a moment to eat. They have to back off now.
Oh.
The wave's cleared.
Actually, Tides of Light, this could get dangerous. x6tence extends pretty far forward, forcing Grizzly Q and Coco back. Blue Triton's there now on the respawn. I think Clemers did it.
Yeah, he definitely did. And I thought they could have finished the game. For some reason, Vex was not focused on the core and was focused on actually diving Clemers. So Clemers did a really good job distracting them as Toro. He was almost dead and ran away, cleared out the Drake, and that literally extended the game here. So really good job by Clemers. But you can see there, Vex is also doing a good job. So look at his gold. He's on par with Breaker, because normally he's behind in gold, but now he is fed and he's ready to do some damage. Cause look at his kill. 6, 1, and 7 on Vex right now.
Give me odds of a turnaround out of 10.
None.
Nice. Clemers in with the ult. Grizzly Q and Poseidon both knocked up. Actually, Cyclone will come through now, catching Clemers, but Jauki's already gone. Vex grabs the kill in the front line. And all of Nova are now able to push forward, knowing they have a kill, knowing there's only one high ground left.
So risky by Jauki there. I don't know why he went in. He's level 11. And look at level 15, etc. Way 2 to 3 levels higher. He literally just exploded as Varus.
This is Clemers going in as the tank Toro again. That ult sure lands. He doesn't have very much damage because of how beefy his build is. Does mean he can ignore a lot though. Vex gets shut down because of it. Clemers just taking the full drone drop and holding him in place. Bamboo found the punish.
Yeah, Nova's got to be careful here. They can potentially let x6 come back in the game because look, the level parity is starting to come closer. Level 13, 14 on Blue Triton just happened now. They got to be cautious here because these late game tower dives isn't looking pretty good for Nova.
I feel like Toro is really good at defending against tower dives.
Yeah, he is actually a distraction. You just like, ignore him because honestly, he doesn't do that much damage. I mean, yeah, he has Mount to Raw, a few items here, but they're just so focused on trying to blow him up when he has a 20% damage reduction in his kit, plus Sonic Boots, and look at the armor and defense he just built.
He just goes into this fight. Might have been a little bit too much. The ult, though, the knockups, it might have worked. Coco dives well after the time existence with the Tide of Light, but it's not enough. Nova managed to stabilize an edgy fight. Coco sweeps through with Poseidon. They get the kills, and they should be the game.
Yeah, worthy effort by Clemers there, but unfortunately it didn't work, but nice Cyclone by Poseidon.
It'll be game number 1 to Nova Esports in 13 minutes exactly, as they finally managed to overwhelm the Toro composition.
Yeah, they definitely what a tanky build on Toro. You saw the engage, it worked out really well. He's able to absorb so much damage, but then Poseidon made that fight happen by landing a 3-man Cyclone. Everyone then turned the tides against that engage, and unfortunately, x6 just didn't have enough damage to try to win that last